Good grief. Good grief. Greetings and salutations. My laptop isn't working. Are you kidding? No, there we go. Okay, are we live? Is this thing on? I think we are good. We are late for a very important date. I think this might be the latest I've ever been for a Facebook Live, coming at you from my kitchen at, what is it, like 2:08, 2:09 right now. Got some people hopping on. Okay, great. I didn't stand you guys up. I did not have a chance to tidy myself up before I went live. I have some remnants of my prep work on me, so I'm going to prevent any more of that from happening. Whoa, who's that? Who's making all that racket in the background? That would be Kobe Grace, who is currently resisting a burp in the middle of a bottle. We hope that that would keep her chill while Mother did her Facebook Live. Apparently that's not working out. So, okay, how's everything look? How's the audio? How's the video? I'm hoping that we are all good to go. I'm just hitting record on a second video right now. Okay, so I've set this up and you guys can't really see what's going on the counter, so I'm going to see if I can make that a bit more available to you guys. Whoops, and I'm going to make you guys all a little bit dizzy while I'm at it. How is that? A little bit better. I'll just show you guys what I'm doing as I do it. How about that? How's this? Dun, dun, dun. All right, perfect. We've got Janine watching, Claudio's watching. Okay, that recording's on. That recording's on. Laptop is over here. Holy macaroni. Okay, so it's funny, of all things, today I was going to actually talk to you guys about something that I listened to on a podcast this morning. I have been trying to get out to go for walks most mornings, whether it's me with Kobe or just me and the dog with Levi, stays home with Kobe. So I've been listening to podcasts, which has been really nice because it's helped me feel like I've been reconnecting to the outside world since existing in my small little baby bubble for the last almost 3 months. My head's getting cut off. Kobe Grace is going to be 12 weeks this Wednesday. I'm just going to walk off screen for a sec. We're still live, obviously. I'm just going to back this camera off a bit. Maybe that'll help with my head. Yeah, like I was saying, Kobe Grace is going to be 12 weeks old on Wednesday, which is like almost 3 months, which seems crazy that time has gone so fast. And I'm also heading back to Rythmia this week to work, which I think I've been mentioning. There we go. That's going to be better. All right, sorry I didn't get this done ahead of time. But what I was saying is, it's funny that today what I wanted to talk to you guys about was multitasking as a little side note to the rest of it that I'm doing today. Because we all get so proud of ourselves when we multitask. I try my darndest right now. It's really, really difficult. I was just saying to Levi, between taking care of a newborn baby, breastfeeding a newborn baby, dealing with bottles and formula with newborn baby because I don't have enough milk supply, and don't message me now with your tips on increasing the milk supply, everyone, because we've tried everything and it's a medical condition, so you don't have to give me your advice. And I actually prefer doing combination feeding because it's affording me more freedom and sleep at night. But between breastfeeding, formula feeding with the bottle, breast pumping, because I don't want my supply to go down anymore, so I am pumping when I'm bottle feeding. I mean, that takes up 26 hours every day. 26 hours, I swear to God. So I don't know how the hell I have time to do anything else. That's why multitasking has become key, and being able to do everything with one hand. Some days when you're bottle feeding, you're like, I hold the bottle with my chin. But what I was saying is, we all get so proud of ourselves to be able to multitask. Women especially, we always say that we are the multitasking sex, which I guess is true to the most part because there's some sort of reasoning behind that. Maybe motherhood. Maybe that's the primal reason why women are, and I think they've done research that women are better at it than most men. But anyways, what I was going to say is, do we really get things done when we're multitasking? How effective are we really? And this is what was being said on this podcast that I was listening to this morning. And this woman that I was listening to had gone to a workshop, and they had done this activity where they were told to take a piece of paper in their notebook and to write out the alphabet. So A, B, C, D, and I sing the song in my head every time I do it. So I'm writing down the alphabet super quick, don't have to think twice about it. And then she said, okay, now write the numbers 1 to 26. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So quick, you don't have to think about it, right? You're doing 2 different tasks at 2 different times. Then she tells the group, okay, now I want you to write down the letter of the alphabet, or the number and the alphabet letter that it corresponds to together. So you have to go 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E, 6F. And you see I'm already slowing down. It's because my brain is trying to do 2 tasks at once. It's trying to count and do the alphabet. So everything slows down because the brain's trying to do 2 things at once, essentially, which is a great metaphor for all of this multitasking that we're always trying to do. Thinking that, working on writing that memo and answering the text messages from the nanny and doing this and doing that, thinking that we're getting so much done all at once, but we're really not getting anything done because that memo is going to take you 3 times as long as it would if you had just sat down and wrote the fucking memo, right? So that's my thing about multitasking right now. It is a necessity in many, many aspects of life, but if you can focus your time on tasks, you'll get a lot more done. And I'm a firm believer in that, and I can't wait to get some more routine in our life at some point. I'm not putting pressure on myself or the baby or life right now, but it'll be nice so that we can start having tasks. Okay, sorry, there's lots of people hopping on here and I haven't said hello. Claudia's sending love with a heart. Betty Van Hethoff says hello. Can we peep at the baby? Of course. I'll bring her on in a second. I just want to see what else everyone else is saying. Janine Sanders is saying hello. William saying, hey, from Babylon, Long Island. Hello, William. Good to see you. Claudia says, hey, Kobe Grace. Mirka saying hello from Finland. Betty saying, was the baby born in Costa Rica? Yes, she was. So she is a Costa Rican Canadian. She already has her Canadian passport also. Angela is saying, hey, watching from Adelaide, Australia. So you're watching us on Monday morning, aren't you? I do know that about our Australian viewers. Kenneth just joined in. Anyone else that wants to give a shout out, let me know where you're watching from. It's always really great. I like to know personally, and I know at Rythmia headquarters, it's always interesting to see. Okay, you guys want to see Kobe? I'll go grab her and bring her on. Unless you want to come on. You want to come on? Or
I'll come get her.
Okay. Oh my goodness, she's so big, you guys. My goodness. Oh, look at how long she is. Hey, Cobes. Hey, want to say hi to the people? She's like, whoa, look at all the technology. I've got 3 screens up right now, so that's a lot of bright lights, isn't it? I'm not even gonna get a smile out of her because she's so distracted by all the technology. So Miss Kobe Grace, like I said, coming up on 12 weeks. Hi, Bubs. Almost 3 months with her jelly roll thighs. She's so healthy and happy and full of smiles and personality and voice. So much talking and cooing. We love her to bits. As you guys know, her amazing father, Levi, who she gets her length and white skin from. Oh, that's my baby. That's my Kobe Grace. Bye-bye. Look at her staring. She's just like, whoa, look at all these bright, glowy screens. Okay, bye, babe. I love you so much. Mwah. I love you too. Mwah. All right, enough mush. Back to the show. I mean, you guys are probably, my viewership's probably going to go down because you guys are all probably just watching to see the baby. Maybe not. Betty says she's watching from Ontario, Canada. Jana O'Hara is saying hello. Sherry's watching from Utah. Claudia says, hey, Kobe. It's Colby, C-O-B-I-E. I know it's confusing. Everyone is assuming it's Colby with an L. There's no L. Because I like Kobe, that's the name. She actually came up with her name herself, we've decided, because neither of us had ever heard it anywhere. It just came down to me one day when I was writing down girls' names, so we think she chose it and messaged it to me. She sent me an international, universe-wide, crossing the planes of existence text message, said, hey mom, name me Kobe. But it's no L. If we had named her Colby here in Costa Rica, I would be confused with the telephone service provider, because there's, TELUS, AT&T, all of those. Here there's one called Colby with a K. So we didn't name her that. It's Kobe, C-O-B-I-E. Claudia's saying hi to you, Levi.
Hey-yo.
Hey-yo. Okay, so back to the regular scheduled program. I'm already running late. So we are doing, Pesto is the Besto. I'm getting confused because I have 2 computers recording me right now. I'm going to try to focus on the right one. Pesto is the Besto. I have done my pesto recipe probably a handful of times already on my Facebook Lives. If you go back, I know I did it when I did lasagna. I probably did it when I did pizza. But I'm showing you guys again because everyone's always asking me for the recipe. It is in my first cookbook, MAP Wellness Miracle Meals, Rythmia cookbook. No, well, it's in my first cookbook, the raw vegan one. And then it's also, I think, in the first Rythmia cookbook, Miracle Meals. So you can get the recipe there. But I'm going to show you guys here today, and then we're going to do a couple things with it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I always have leftover pesto. I'll show you, case in point. I have currently in my freezer and in my refrigerator 2 different jars of pesto. I have here it's a peanut butter jar that I filled with basil pesto back in July. When my sister was here, we made a bunch of lasagnas and pasta dishes to freeze for me to have postpartum. So that is in my freezer, rock solid. And I'll probably use it in the next couple of weeks because it's been in there for 3 months almost. And then I have a jar of, this is sun-dried tomato pesto that we used, I think we used it just last night on pasta. But I always have little bits, and this is not going to be enough to do a whole pasta dish now, so we need to use it in other ways. We're going to talk about that afterwards too. So, oh, and the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make my dinner, because why not? When I'm doing Facebook Lives at my house, whatever I prep is what we eat for dinner. So that's what we're doing today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to write it. I'm going to try to pay attention here. Kenneth is saying hello. Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am going to be on site at Rythmia tomorrow. I'm very excited. We have a busy week. Taita from Colombia is with us. It's going to be an amazing, huge, blessed group. Probably a lot of returning guests. I start back to work tomorrow, very part-time. Kobe and I will be there tomorrow morning, so we're super excited to see everyone. Betty says, your pesto at Rythmia was delicious. Thank you. Angel says, hello from Salt Lake City, Utah. I have been to Salt Lake City, Utah. I went there for a wedding. My friend Melissa Sarno and Chad Sarno, the vegan chef of Wicked Healthy, their wedding in Salt Lake City, Utah a couple of years ago up in the mountains. It was amazing. Beautiful. Such a beautiful, beautiful part of the U.S. Ron is saying peace. Okay. So we're going to do this pesto super quick because you guys have probably all seen it and it's easy, but it's vegan, and this is my vegan version. So I've got here a bunch of basil that I have just been soaking, and I've soaked and, strained the water several times just to get my basil nice and clean. And I'm not going to bother spinning it dry. I'm just going to shake off a little bit of the excess. Because the water, sometimes I actually add water on purpose to pesto just to help it blend up if I want it a little bit smoother. So I'm not going to be too concerned about that. So I'm just getting all these leaves. This is a good 3 or 4, loose handfuls of pesto that we're putting in there. And I always, when I'm making any sort of recipe that has leafy greens like this in it, I like to put the leaves in first so all the other ingredients will help press the leaves down and make it blending a lot easier. So for nuts, what I've got here today is some walnuts. And I'm doing this a really high nut factor. This is more nuts than I would normally put in. Sometimes I put into a half a cup to a cup. I'm going to put in a cup and a half today. Plus, these are a little bit of slivered almonds. These are just I have another, like the bottom of the bag type of thing. So I'm just using them up. Because I'm moving in 2 weeks, so I need to start using up food so that I'm not having to move so much. So I've been cleaning up the fridge and the cupboards and all of that stuff. Hence why I'll be using that frozen pesto this week. So I've got my basil and I've got my nuts in there. And you can swap out any of the nuts you want. You can swap out some of the basil for a different herb if you like mixing basil and arugula or basil and parsley. Typical pesto is parsley. Quite often has parsley and basil in it. I'm doing straight up basil because I love it. I had a bunch of arugula left in the fridge that I ended up using last night in the pasta because it was about to go off. So, this is garlic that I'm having a lot of difficult peeling right now. I didn't smash it under my knife. I should have. I don't know why I didn't because I was talking and distracted. So I'm going to put in 3 cloves because I like a really garlicky pesto. So I'm just smashing them with the side of my knife, tossing them in. And normally, you guys, if you watch, you know that I usually use my microplane or my rasp to mince garlic, but because they're going in the blender, I'm not worrying about that today. I don't have there's my compost bin. Okay, so we got garlic, nuts, basil in there now. Next ingredient, lemon. So these are our lemons we get in Costa Rica. I talk about them all the time. Cut it in half. Quite orange. I'm looking at the wrong one, sorry guys. So that is our lemon. I'm gonna put in a lot of lemon. I really like the brightness. And because it's gonna be going in, the main thing that I'm gonna be putting this in today, this basil pesto, is a dish with a lot of cheese. So I'm going to cut through some of that richness by making a really lemony Pesto. I'll do another whole one of these and see how much juice comes out. Look at that juicy goodness. I'm just using my lemon lime little juicer contraption. I don't know, jury's out if you get more juice using this type of contraption or the wood one that you just, you know, stick inside. Jury's out. I get a pretty good amount of juice from both. People ask me that. Jury's still out. I might actually do one more. Why not? Because I have 3 beautiful, ripe, juicy lemons. I'm going to do another whole one. So, what else? What else is going on, you guys? Canadian Thanksgiving was last Monday. I'm sure everyone up in the north ate well. I bought Christmas decorations. That's what I did. I have a bunch of Christmas decorations all ready for, well, in my family we never put up Christmas decorations till after my father's birthday, which isn't until November 28th. I'm going to change that rule and say after my birthday, which is November 3rd, which is like in a week and a half, because as soon as we move into our new condo, I'm going to be ready to put up the tree. It's my first Christmas with the baby, so I'm very excited about that. Elias is saying great earnings. Hi, Meg. Great earrings, I think she meant. Earrings? I think that's probably what you meant. Earnings. I don't know. I'm guessing earrings. All right, so what do we got there? We got our lemon. So now we're going to add in a pinch of salt. A good pinch. Sea salt, pink Himalayan sea salt. Optional ingredient, if you have it, this is nutritional yeast, and this is our cheese substitute. Typical pesto has Parmesan. Putting that in, and then olive oil. So pick your favorite olive oil. Glug, 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 glug. I'm going to do pretty liberal amount. Da, 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 da. Okay, and then we can start this on the blender. So this is going to be loud for a sec. Blend this up well so that it's combined, and ooh, so yummy, so good. So I'm leaving mine pretty thick. Ooh, it will thin out as it sits, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to put this into a bowl, and that is ready to go so we can use it in some recipes. I need a spoon, or a spatula is what I meant to say. Over here by the stove. I'm just going to scrape this into a bowl so we can use it. Delicious. How easy is that? You can like make a ton of this. Like I said, freeze it. You can freeze it in, like I just have it in a jar. That's probably going to be a good for a portion for 3 of us. Or 2 of us. Baby won't be eating that. Well, she will be. She'll be eating it from me. Or you can freeze it in ice cube trays, which is a really brilliant way to do it. Like we did the pumpkin a few weeks ago when we did the pumpkin lattes. Getting a bit of hot water here into my blender so it'll be easier to clean. Okay, so we have that done and done. Super, super exciting, delicious. I'm gonna throw my lemon away, my garbage bowl, and we're gonna move on. And what are we making? Did I tell you already? We're doing a pasta bake, and it is going to be a caprese style macaroni and cheese. Yes. Kind of on the macaroni and cheese thing right now, and I've been eating this vegan cheese, a vegan string cheese that melts really well, which is super fun. So you can use that, or you can use regular mozzarella. So it's up to you how you want to do it. You want to keep it completely vegan, use your favorite vegan cheese. So, hello Lisa, she's saying hello. So good to see you. Thanks for watching, guys. So we're gonna get our sauce going. So what I've got here is just a pot and a whisk. And into that pot, I'm going to add 1 cup of vegetable broth. So what I have here was just some boiling water, and I'm just breaking down. I had this little bouillon cube. This is an organic vegetable broth bouillon cube. So I've just got that sitting. That was just disintegrating in a cup of boiling water. So you want a cup of broth. A cup of milk of your choice. You could use almond, coconut, whatever you want to use. You could use regular milk, goat milk. So a cup of milk, a cup of broth. So a little bit of chili powder because I like a little bit of heat with my, whoops, that was not a little, that was a lot, but Pura Vida. Good bit of pepper. Just grinding some pepper. Perfect. Pinch of salt. Like so. Daisy. Then I'm going to get this warming up on the stove here. While I've got that warming up, there's going to be a couple more ingredients we are going to add. Once it's warm, I'm going to add in about a 1/4 cup of flour. Again, any flour you choose. Regular flour, your favorite gluten-free baking mix would be great. You just want something that's going to help thicken up the sauce. And then a bit of your favorite cheese. This is about a cup's worth. So those are going to be going in there shortly. In the meantime, we're going to get a couple of other ingredients ready. Watching you is the best part of my Sunday. Aw, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. I mean, I love doing these. These are super fun for me. Viewership is way down. When I first started doing this, we used to have like 9,000-10,000 people watching, up to 15 every week. I don't know if everyone's just gotten busier, if I've gotten more boring. I don't know. You guys tell me. How could I get viewership back up? Are people just not into watching cooking videos online? I don't know. I don't know. So I got here a couple of beautiful ripe tomatoes. Look at how funny my kitchen, it's so messy. I've got my dryer, my reusable straws, dish rack. Looks kind of messy. Protein powder. Pura Vida. Okay, so I'm just slicing these up kind of thin. These are for our caprese pasta salad. I've got 2 here. I'm probably only going to use 1. It's quite juicy. I'm cutting it onto a cutting board. That might suffice. Oh, there was an ingredient that I just realized I didn't get out. I'm going to actually use some of this because it's getting too juicy up near the core to slice nicely. Perfect. Tomato, the fruit. It's not a vegetable, contrary to popular belief. I'm sure you guys know that. I like to just rinse all my dishes before I set them aside. Normally I wash as I go. I'm just not doing that today because we're live. But just to ease the cleaning so nothing gets caked on. One ingredient I'm going to grab out of the fridge is tomato sauce. You can use canned tomato sauce, jar tomato sauce, your homemade tomato sauce. I don't have any. I'm not making it today, so we're using it from a jar. That's just how we roll. And you know what, guys? I had all the ingredients. I went out Friday and got all prepared to do Facebook this week, thinking that it was next week's topic, butternut squash, because I think that's what I told you guys at the end of last week. So I had it in my head all week. We were making butternut squash, macaroni and cheese, and some other great things to go along with that. And then I realized when Rythmia sent out the email that, oh no, I'm doing pesto. So I had to get my shit together real fast. Luckily, I had a lot of stuff in the house already, so here we are. Claudia says you're competing with football here, and oh yeah, football, and it's 4 p.m. there. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. here. It's only 2 p.m. in Costa Rica. I keep forgetting about the time change. It's 4 p.m. in the United States, and football is on. It's true. I have hung out with some friends here recently, and they have paid to have like the key to all football games here in Costa Rica. Vena's saying, Vena is saying hello from Oregon. I love Oregon. I've been only to Portland, and it was beautiful to spend time there. Okay, so my milk is warming up over here, so I'm just going to whisk in my flour. And this is just to help thicken this up. So this is, again, it was a cup of stock, a cup of milk, salt, pepper, but it's a bit, I put a lot of chili powder, and then flour. Okay. So it smells like milky flour, which is what it is. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stir in my cheese. So just a cup's worth. So this cheese is going in there and it's going to pretty much melt on contact. Da, da, da. So good. Whisking that all together. All right, so look at this. Wow. Goopy, cheesy, deliciousness. Again, regular cheese, vegan cheese, your choice. Okay, so what did I do? The one thing I did manage to do before I went live is I cooked some macaroni pasta, and this is all I could find. I just went down to the corner store. They didn't have any whole wheat or anything, so we're having We're having regular old white pasta here tonight, kids. And I'm just gonna run it under some hot water because it's been sitting here for about 5-10 minutes. And that's just gonna help me separate it. Perfect. Got my noodles all loose again. And I'm just gonna pour them back into my pot here. Whoop. So just macaroni noodles. Then I'm gonna add my sauce to my noodles. And I'm just using the pot as a mixing bowl at this point. It's not gonna be going back on the stove for any reason. Oh, that smells so good. So good. OMG. Need another spatula. Only I've got about 8,000 of these, which is so funny because my kitchen does not have any at Rythmia. They just don't use them. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, but I use these like crazy. I find if you don't use a spatula to scrape bowls, you get so much stuff that goes to waste. So I always, always, always have spatulas handy. So again, just soaking my bowl with some water because I'm a mom and I got to clean this shit up real quick when I'm done because I got a baby that's gonna need me. Okay, so I'm just mixing my cheese and my macaroni. I mean, this would be pretty, I mean, it would taste good, but the texture would be pretty rotten to eat this the way that it is, just because it's got that really thick, gooey, floury texture. That's why we're going to be baking, and I'm throwing macaroni noodles all over the floor. My dog's going to love that. My dog named Sunny. She and I went for an amazing walk together on the beach this morning. It was so lovely. We're having such beautiful weather right now. It's the rainy season, but we're getting beautiful blue skies and sunshine in the morning, and then it's usually raining in the afternoon, so it's been really, really great. So I'll show you guys what's going on. Macaroni and cheese. I mean, and that's how easy it is to make your own macaroni and cheese, guys. You don't need to buy it from a box. Milk, broth, salt and pepper, cheese of your liking. Super, super easy. Okay, Lauren is saying, hey, your tattoos are beautiful. I love that you tell people you can veganize or not. Much love. Oh, thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. I got these, most of these, all of these that you can see in Costa Rica. I got these at my baby daddy's tattoo shop. Okay, yeah, and I think it's important here, making butternut squash soup right now. Oh, butternut squash soup is so good with like fried sage on top. Coconut milk stirred in, delicious. I think it's important. I'm not vegan anymore. I was for a long time, and I know a lot of our viewers are, and I still, like, it's still my passion to veganize things, so I think it's important to have the option. Okay, so we've got the mac and cheese ready. So what else do I have? Whoops! I have a pot, what is this called, guys? I'm stepping on cooked macaroni noodles. Can't remember the name of this dish. It's a baking dish, that's what it is. I'm gonna just spray it. I've got some cooking spray here, some pure oil cooking spray. That's just gonna help the noodles not to stick. And the first thing we're gonna do here is I'm gonna put some tomato on the bottom. So like, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of tomato, and this is gonna also help keep our noodles from sticking. And this is part of the caprese, of the caprese macaroni and cheese. So, just lined the whole bottom of my tray with the tomato sauce, and then we add in a nice layer of mac. Daddy mac, mommy mac, tasty mac. So good. I mean, and this would also freeze really well, you guys. If you're have any reason, if you have friends that are expecting babies or are sick or after funerals, this is good post-funeral food. So I just put in a layer of my macaroni. Then I'm gonna add in some dollops of this amazing pesto that we just made. And I'm gonna be generous with it. So I've done 2 big schlopps, and I'm gonna just spread that around. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited for dinner tonight. Okay, just spread that around, la la la. Then you can add in a couple of things. I have 2 different types of cheese here, so this is no longer gonna be vegan because I'm adding some real little, what are the little balls of mozzarella called? Do they have a specific name? I know when it's, I don't remember. Mom brain. So I'm gonna add a bit of actually a few of those, or you could add more of your vegan or non-vegan shreds, but I'm gonna just drop. You know what? I'm gonna save these for the top because they'll look really pretty on top, right? When they melt. So I'm gonna put a layer of this cheese. So this is a really cheesy dish. If you have dairy problems, obviously you're gonna wanna veganize it. Then another layer of my mac. So yummy. My sink is officially overflowing. My new condo that I'm moving to has a double sink. Very excited about that. Maybe I'll do a live from there in November just so you guys can see my awesome kitchen that I'll be cooking out of. I'm super stoked about that. This place has served us well, but it's just not big enough for a growing baby and our needs. So, look at that. So good. Dunsky layer of macaroni. Lauren says, we share the same passion to veganize things. Yay! Tammy Cowden saying, mom brain. Totally. It's like a real deal, you guys. And I'm going to add a bit more pesto on top here just because I have a ton. I'm just going to scrape that off my spatula. Spread that around in a nice, just in a jaunty way because we want it to look nice. And then it's almost a nice Christmas dish. Green, red, and white. Then I'm going to add a bit more of this grated mozzarella because I have a little bit left. Thought I had 2 bowls of it. Then I'm going to add these little mozzarella balls. I'm just going to place them nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pretty. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the tomatoes on, you guys. Duh. All these beautiful shredded tomatoes that we're going to make it part of the caprese. So I'm going to put them on top because I forgot. They'll look pretty on top. I'm just throwing them on here. And then all I'm going to do is I had my oven preheated to 400 degrees and we put that in for like 25 minutes just to let it get all melty and gooey and heated through. That's it. So fun. Look at that. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, la, 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 la. That's it. So I'm going to put this in the fridge for now. I'm not going to put it in the oven because it's for dinner. And then I'm going to show you a couple of other quick things. What do you say? Do you want to do a couple other quick things? Why not? Because I have all this pesto. So, turn off my oven because I ain't using it. The next thing we're going to talk about real quick is... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I was going to do another big sheet pan meal. We don't have time for that. It's 20 already. You guys have places to be and things to do. So I'm going to show you one thing that I think would be a delicious way to use some of your pesto. Grab your favorite packaged hummus. Throw some in a bowl. Throw some pesto. Thanks. So I got about a cup and a half of that. I'm going to add in about a half a cup of pesto, maybe a bit more. Dun, dun, dun. Mix them together. If you want to add in some hot sauce or something. And then you have a green pesto hummus. A bada boom, bada bing. This is going to be with our dinner tomorrow night. I'm going to probably stuff some mushrooms with pesto and bake them with some cheese on top. That's one of the things that I was going to show you guys, but I'm not going to bother because I didn't get any of that ready, and so it would take forever. But, come on. Serve with some pita. Big bunch of like roasted eggplants and zucchini and peppers. This is a great little appetizer. For me, it would be a great meal. I would eat like a big plate of it. That is why pesto is the besto, because you can use it so many ways. It's great with eggs, like in your omelet. It's great as a salad dressing. There's so many ways you can use pesto. So that is what I have to say. Bocconcini mozzarella balls. That's what they're called, Angela. Thank you so much. I was having major mom brain. Okay, guys, that is all I have to say. I do know that I will be back next Sunday talking about butternut squash, macaroni and cheese, and then I'm going to do some other stuff with the mac and cheese afterwards, just like how we made the pesto and made the pesto into a pasta. We're going to be doing some other stuff with the actual pasta next week, so I'm excited about that. Don't forget to tune in to Dr. Jeff tomorrow evening. JJ will be live this week, probably Jerry at some point. Christian will be live on Friday, Lindsay on Saturday, and I'll see you guys back here. Maybe not from my house, probably from Rythmia next Sunday. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in. Share if you know anyone that might like to see this or want to know about plant medicine. Don't forget, you can always have them purchase Jerry's book, Shit the Moon Said. I didn't even realize that I had that sitting there. I'm using it as a prop currently for my iPad, conveniently. And thank you guys. I love you so much. Have a beautiful week. Ciao for now.